What's up everybody, it's your boy GSG Shots, and as we all know, Modern Warfare 2 is here. Finally, the day has come where we get to play a new Call of Duty, and I know everybody is trying to figure out the best settings that they need to be running on here, and your boy is here to help you guys out. So, I'm gonna just scroll through these settings here, and I'm gonna talk about the most important ones, but here we go. Alright, so for the graphic settings, if you can run full screen, I'm a content creator like I always say, so I run full screen borderless on a one PC setup, so I need to switch back and forth sometimes, and full screen just doesn't allow me to do that. But if you are only gaming on your PC, always run full screen. Make sure the right display adapter is selected, because I know some people might be on a two graphics card setup. I don't know why you'll be doing that, but yeah, make sure you got the right thing set right here. Let's see, make sure your screen refresh rate is set to the max on your monitor. I know sometimes when people get like a new monitor, they don't realize that their monitor isn't automatically set to the highest FPS, so make sure your monitor is set to the right FPS or the right hertz, and make sure Windows is set to the right hertz, and it should show up correctly on here. I have it on full screen borderless right now, so it's locked to auto, which I already checked, so it's at the highest hertz right now. So definitely make sure you guys are running at the right screen refresh rate. Scrolling on down here, like I said, just take a screenshot, pause the video, do whatever you got to do. Not too many things important in here like that, but make sure you guys have HDR off, and make sure you guys have your brightness set to somewhere that fits great for you. I have mine set to I think 55, or no, I have it 60 right now. Okay, but that's it for that. And also make sure you have dynamic resolution turned off. That can definitely affect your FPS, so definitely make sure you guys have that turned off. Going on to quality, make sure you have your for your upscaling and sharpening, have that set to Fidelity FX Cast, and I have mine set to 90 for the strength. Make sure you have MW2 or T2X. I don't have the Filmic one on. Make sure you have anti-aliasing on high. Video memory scale 90 is pretty good. Usually around 80 to 90 is a good area to be in. Texture resolution very low. The anisotropic, we have that on normal. Level of detail high. Like I said, just screenshot, pause the video, and I'm gonna just talk about the most important ones. Streaming quality, you can have this on low, but I have it on normal because of visual thing. Like, you don't always want everything to be set to the lowest thing, because sometimes you need to be able to see and see things clearly, and not so much worry about FPS for certain things. Because I know a lot, if you turn everything on low or off, then you're going to be it's going to be hard to see a few things. So everything doesn't always need to be set to off or low. Scrolling on down here, like I said, screenshot, pause the video, do whatever you need to do. This one, for the reflex low latency, you can do on, or you can do plus boost. If you're on a older model graphics card, you should definitely put this on plus boost. Or if you're on a laptop, put this on plus boost. But other than that, you can keep it on, or you can do on plus boost. It's just up to you. It really doesn't affect FPS too much to me, so it's kind of just personal preference. I like to keep it on plus boost. And as always, like we always say, definitely turn off motion blur. Do not have motion blur on. Never. That is horrible decision. Moving on to view, I run 120 FOV, so I can see everything. Make sure your ADS field of view is set to affected. I have the weapon field of view on wide, just so I can see a little bit more. Third person, have that on 90, and the vehicle, have that on narrow. I really don't think that's too important, but yeah, I always have it on narrow. So right here for the camera movement, I always set this to least or the lowest percentage that you can. Definitely don't want no extra movement added in there to already, you know, your screen moving while you're trying to run around and have gunfights. You want to have the least amount of camera movement as possible. None of that extra stuff. We trying to hit real crisp shots here, and we don't need none of that extra stuff. But that does it for graphics. We're gonna move over to controller. I'm gonna slide over to the advanced controller settings. Right here, the default aim assist is what I have. Some people have been using Black Ops. I recommend you try it out and see if you like it, but I have mine set to default. The aim response curve is always have that on dynamic. Let's see, scrolling on down here. Make sure you guys have your dead zones tuned into your controller. Everybody's dead zones are going to be different depending on if you got a new controller, you got a scuff, you got an old controller. Everybody's dead zones are going to be different. Like no control, like there's no specific dead zone that's going to work for every controller. But in general, you want to have the minimum inputs to the lowest you can possibly have it without having thumbstick drift. Thumbstick drift is when your thumbsticks or your controller had you moving or looking and you're not really touching the analog sticks. I know a lot of people know what I'm talking about. It's like if you see your character moving, like inching a little bit forward and you're not even moving, that's thumbstick drift. So if you're having that, increase this to wherever to the amount where it stops. That's where you want. That's the lowest possible point, but the highest you can have it without having, or the right, basically the sweet spot for you to not have any movement and but have it as low as you can possibly have it. For the max, I always set that to the max possible. For the triggers, I have this set to the lowest. We want the highest response for these triggers. We don't need no delay in there, so definitely make sure you guys got that set to the lowest. I have for the tack sprint, you gotta have single tap to run. Definitely don't want double tap. We want to get out of those gunfights or bad areas quickly as possible. Have auto move forward, I have that off. The ground mantle, airborne mantle, and the automatic ground mantle, I have all of those off. I think I might turn these back on because the slide canceling is definitely not really feeling like a thing in this game. I'm pretty sure they nerfed that thing to the dirt, so I don't even know if it's possible to slide cancel. But as far as right now, I haven't really seen anybody do it. Maybe in the future we'll figure it out, but right now I have these all set to off just in case. Warzone is not out yet, but when it does come out, we want to make sure we have the parachute auto deploy off, so it's not automatically, you know, deploying at a height that is not good for us. But just scrolling on down here, make sure you guys, like I said, screenshot, pause the video so you guys can get these settings locked in. But that oh no, it actually does not. My where is it at? Sensitivity? Am I tripping? Where is it at? Ah, right here. Okay, so my sensitivity right now, I have been running 66.80. That has been feeling great to me so far. I may do a little bit of changes, but right now this is feeling absolutely fantastic. I'm gunning people from any range and I don't feel like I'm turning or moving too slow. So this right now is my go-to, and I recommend everybody use this same sense. I have on auto sprint. I don't run auto attack sprint and multiplayer because you know, it's a lot of close quarters combat, and if you're in full attack sprint, then it's harder, or your sprint to fire and your ADS is going to be a little bit slower because you have to come out of full attack sprint. So I have mine on auto sprint instead of auto attack sprint. The interact, I have that on tap to reload, and I really need to change this right here for the place to apply all for when Warzone does come out. But that does everything for the controller. We're going to switch over to audio and Warzone, and moving on to MW2 now. Your boy is going to be running home theater because for my headset, this just sounds perfect for me. I can hear footsteps all across the map, and they're loud and clear, and it's nothing is like, you know, dialed down or minimized for pitches and stuff like that. So everything is set to the right level, so I can hear everything crisp and clear. Music, I have that turned all the way down. Dialogue, I have that on 15 because I don't want to hear, you know, the voices talking out loud on my ear. Don't got no time for that. and definitely when they're calling out streaks and stuff. Got that turned all the way to 15. But that looks like it'll do it for the audio. And for interface, where is it at? Scrolling on down here. Make sure your mini map is set to square. Definitely have this on square, because as you can see in the little visual thing right here, you're losing those corners if you have it on circle. So definitely make sure you guys have your mini map set to square, and make sure your HUD is set to 100 so everything is closer to the middle of the screen, so you don't have to, you know, those little milliseconds do make a difference. You don't got to look so far to the left to see the mini map because it's closer to the center of your screen. There was one more set. Oh, make sure you guys have your center dot on, and make sure you have the center dot set to larger. This helps the, you know, the reticle in the middle of your screen. It'll make it larger, so it helps with hip firing and centering. So make sure you guys have this set to larger. I like that they added this feature in here. Pretty cool feature. I think it's pretty good feature that they added here, and I'm definitely happy that they did. And make sure if you're on PC, make sure you have your FPS counter, your server latency, and packet loss on. If you have having temperature issues with GPU, definitely make sure you have the temperature set on. But the main three that I always run are these right here. But that looks like it's going to be it for this video. I really appreciate you guys' support, and make sure you guys get these settings locked in on MW2, and let me know in the comments if your boy helped you out today. But with all that being said, thank you guys so much, and GG.